All right, welcome to the November 3rd Rules Committee meeting. And I'd like to start by having introductions, and if we would start over with Mr. Dennis, please.
Good afternoon, Garrett Dennis, Administration.
Brandon Russell, Council Research.
Harla Schell, Office of General Counsel.
Krista Carraher, Council Auditor's Office.
Ken Amaro, City Council District 1.
Randy White, District 12.
Terrence Freeman at Large, Group 1.
Good afternoon again. Chris Miller, at-large, Group 5.
Ron Salem, Group 2 at large. Mike Gage, District 2.
Okay, do we have any public comment cards? No cards? Hey, keep moving. That's what everybody says. Okay, my colleagues, you should have a agenda item handout. We're going to start with the appointments first, and then if there are any members that want to take up any special bills, that any members that are visiting, we'll make an adjustment. But for right now, it looks like we're going to take up the appointments and then go to the top of the order and go from there. Before we get started, given we don't have any public comments, we've moved beyond that. Before we get started, I did want to explain something to you all. As the rules chair, I've taken upon myself to say when appointments come through, it's on me to do a little extra digging. And I know not all rules chairs in the past have looked at it this way, but this is something that I've chosen to do, and in quite transparent way. There was, before I became rules chair, there was an appointment that was made, and I didn't do that. I didn't look into everything as I think I should have, and in hindsight. And that appointment has affected us on major issues in a big way here on the council, in my opinion. And so that was added incentive for me that once I became rules chair, I'm going to look into the process, the system, how things are done, who's involved, what's the criteria, other things like that. And for me, when it's a public safety type of appointment, I'm going to be even more involved in looking into the details on that. So I just wanted to let you all know that. We just happen to be getting quite a few JFRD appointments coming through. Those are just the ones we've been getting recently. And so I haven't singled anybody out or anything out. I just wanted to explain that. I probably should have explained that when we first got started back in July. So this is to put it in the public as well as to tell all my colleagues. That's the approach I've chosen to take in my leadership time in the Army. I've always looked for ways to assess how are things, and then how can we make them better, and then hopefully work with all parties to make, in this case, some things that I think may be a little more subjective than they probably could be, and then look for opportunities to improve the process, system, how we go about things. And so with that, I'll just leave that there unless someone's got a comment, but otherwise we'll just move into today's agenda and start with our appointments. And the first appointment being on page 3, item number 4. And we have a motion and second on the bill 2025-0740. And if Chief Terrence Holmes is here. Chief, are you here? Yeah, if you wouldn't mind coming up and come to the microphone and give us your name and address for the record. And then I think most of the folks here have met with you or talked with you. So if you just give us just a brief overview on your background and why this is a good position for you, and Again, your name and address for the record and a little bit about yourself, please. Thank you.
First through the chair, good afternoon. I think I had a chance to meet most of you guys, but my name is Terrence Holmes. I'm a 23-year veteran with Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department. I bring over 2 decades of hard work and commitment to this profession. Over the years, I have served in roles that has demanded leadership and hands-on knowledge of fire and EMS tactics. My background includes a bachelor's degree in fire administration, a fire officer 3 cert, instructor 1 cert, and countless other certs in emergency management, emergency ops, and incident command. While all of these are important, they're just a piece of the pie. In my line of work, you must still prove you know what to do on the battleground. So battleground proving is what completes my pie, and in my opinion, makes me qualified for this position. Having mentored several firefighters and recruits throughout my career, I understand what it takes to make it. Training is not new to me. My training and mentoring others started before this appointment, and it will continue after this appointment. I hope I could gain your vote and your trust to lead JFRD training to the next level. Take any questions. Yep.
Excuse me. Thanks, Chief. We'll first go to Past President Salem, please. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. I spent quite a bit of time with Mr. Holmes in an interview process, very impressed with his record, and will be supporting his appointment today. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move to Past President White. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to tell Chief Holmes how proud I am of him, and I'd spent a few minutes with him, but that's all it took in my office because I've known him that 23 years, and everything he's just stated is spot on. You'll do a great job at the training facility, and what I told a few up here, what we're facing, in my opinion, on JFRD, it's a young fire department, probably the youngest fire department we've ever had over the years. I don't know what the average age is, but training is very important, as we know, to keep our people alive. But thank you, Chief, for what you do, and I don't predict all this will go just fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll next go to Councilmember Amaro. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am fully in support of this appointment. I had a conversation with Chief Holmes, and I'm impressed with his persona as well as his commitment to his service. He just said something, however, that I'm going to put him on the spot and ask him to expound for at least another 30 seconds. He said that taking training to the next level. What do you see as the next level?
So obviously we have, and I think I've said this when I've had a chance to meet with both of you guys. When I came on the job, I kind of came under the old school firemen. And so I'm kind of that in between, in the old school, new school. And I've had to learn how to adjust to reach this new group of firefighters. Because if I'm being honest, we're getting them fresh from high schools. A lot of them doesn't have life experience. So we're not just training them to be firemen, training them to be men, women, life coaches. So it's broader than just my area where we came in with a lot of hands-on experience, a lot of knowledge. So we've had to learn how to tweak our change in training on how to reach the next group of firefighters. It's just different than the era that I was brought up under. So when I say take it to the next level, the first assessment of that is realizing that, knowing that how I trained back in my day is completely different than what we're getting now. And AI is out there. There's a lot of different new technologies to reach this new group of firefighters. So that's what I mean about taking it to the next level. First is realizing the type of training I did, it's not going to work with this new group of firemen, because it's more than fire and EMS. We have mental health issues. It's more of a broader issue that we have when we building a good, solid firefighter nowadays. So that's what I mean by realizing it's more than just fire and EMS on taking it to the next level. Hope that answered your. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Seeing no one else in the queue, thank you very much, Chief. Please open the ballot and record your votes.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
With your action, you have approved 2025-0740. We'll next go to page 7, item number 10, 2025-0784. We have a motion and second on the bill. Is Ms. Battle here, please? Annie Battle? Ms. Battle, if you would introduce yourself and give us your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Annie Battle. I represent District 14 on City Council of Elder Affairs.
And would you please tell us a little bit about your background and why you would like to continue? Because this is a reappointment, correct?
Oh, my background? Well, I do I'm an advocate really for the elders, plus I do what I can when I find openings where I can present the introduction and let people know what's going on. And so many elders are not aware of a lot of benefits that they have. So when I do find the opportunity, I let it be known the benefits they have. And when people do come to me, some of the elders, I let them know what they can do and where they can go, or if they need me to represent them or help them.
Okay, thank you. And I just had one more question before I open it up. We were not able to, and this is not your concern, but we were not able to get attendance records. And so if, as best you recall, could you share with us your attendance record? How many of the meetings that you made during your first term of appointment?
The meetings I have missed, I can only remember missing really one.
Okay.
And that would be because of death in the family.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That's one of the things we look at, and given your reappointment, if we'd have had that information available, you wouldn't have needed to come back, but it's a requirement when we don't have that information. So thank you for sharing. We do have one person in the queue. Councilmember Amaro, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question is directed to Mr. Dennis, because that question has been identified not on just this reappointment, but the subsequent reappointment that they were unable to confirm the attendance. How is that possible? Is there a record keeping of these nominees and when they've already been serving as to how many meetings they've attended, and why wouldn't that be available?
Through the chair to Councilman Amaro, I think who would best be able to answer that question, and we did some extensive research. But if I can, if it's appropriate, and if the chair will allow, if I can have the chief of senior services to come up and explain what happened in the transition of the records. But our office, along with the auditors, we again, went back and did some research, but she can give you much better detail.
Good afternoon. Taria Robinson, Chief of Senior Services. Address is on file. So we do have attendance records for all of 2025. Unfortunately, the previous Council on Elder Affairs Executive Director left us midway through 2024, and so we are unable to attain the records from the previous Executive Director, attendance records from the previous Executive Director.
Okay, thank you very much.
Through the chair, and again, the only reason I ask is I saw the repeated statement with the other nominee that's coming up, and I'm like, how can this be? So,
yes, I think we have experienced this in a couple other nominees as well, previous nominees rather. So thank you for that and for the explanation. I think I wanted to welcome visiting Councilmember Johnson, and also, did you have something, Councilman Johnson, on this particular one? Oh, yes, please, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would also like to thank Ms. Robinson, Mr. Dennis, and of course, my nominee for this position, Mr. Chair, Ms. Battle. I have been as closely allied with this council as possible. I will say, obviously, I'm here to support Ms. Battle because I nominated her a second time. It's unfortunate, through the chair to Councilman Amaro, it is unfortunate that those records were not there. But Ms. Battle has not only been there, but that's one of the reasons I'm here today. She's also attended events throughout the community. I know several of the events I have in the district and outside of the district. She always makes herself available with information about the council, how the council is helping this community. And so it's my pleasure to stand with her. But I also say that things happen, and it's not any kind of, I don't want to cast any dispersion upon Ms. Robinson and the great work that they're doing in that office. Unfortunately, with that personnel change, those records were lost, but they do a really great job. And I just want to say, while I have the mic through the chair, thank you, Ms. Robinson, for we are fortunate to have you, and to all of the seniors on the council. We appreciate the great work that you continually do. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Seeing no one else in the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0784. Before we go to the next appointee, I just wanted to recognize past President Sam Newby has joined us. Good to see you, sir. And we'll now go to page 8, item number 11, 2025-0785. I have a motion and second on the bill. Seeing no one, excuse me, what am I saying? I wanted to go right to the vote. How about Ms. Washington? Are you here? If you would, please come forward and state your name and address for the record and share a little bit about yourself as it pertains to this position. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Herlina Washington. You want my address? 13.
We can say it's on file.
All right, it's on file.
Okay. Again,
I am part of this issue also, but I've been serving almost 2 years faithfully. I am with Reginald Gaffney, District 8, Councilman Reginald Gaffney, District 8. I am proud to say I have worked. I have worked hard, diligently in the community, been with Councilman Johnson. I'm there. I've even went as far as to be creative and did things on my own for health fairs just to get the word out. I'm a senior myself, proud to say that. So, of course, this is very dear to my heart and dear to me, and I have a lot of friends that are seniors, and they just don't know what they just don't know. But we're here to educate them, and looking forward to continuing this, and in honor of Military Appreciation Month, which is this month for all veterans. I'm here on that behalf, too, because I'm proud to say I'm a retired naval vet, too, 25 years of honorable service.
Well, Dr. Washington, thank you very much for your continued service, your service in uniform, and you continue to serve. And for those of us who have served, you understand you don't stop once you've started. And so you've been faithful to do that, so thank you very much. I don't see anyone in the queue, so with that, please open the ballot and record your votes.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0785. Thank you, Dr. Washington. We'll now go to same page, just one item down, number 12, 2025-0793. I have a motion and second on the bill. Mr. Joshua Garrison, are you here today? Yeah, if you please come forward and state your name and address for the record, please, and tell us a little bit about yourself regarding this appointment to the Planning Commission.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Joshua Garrison, 3898 Arden Street, Jacksonville, Florida, 32205. Thank you all for your time this afternoon. My background is in site utility construction. I'm currently a land development manager. I have done quite a bit at the Northeast Florida Builders Association, meaning I've had a lot of exposure to contractors and home builders, and I also had the privilege and the honor to serve on the Planning Commission in prior years. So I understand very well what that entails, and I would be honored to return to the commission and serve our community and be a steward of people's property rights. I believe in property rights. They're incredibly valuable. They're one of the things that our country's founded on, and it's a very serious undertaking, and I would love to serve in that capacity.
Thank you very much. We'll now go to Past President White. You're recognized, please.
Yes, sir. Through the chair, I just want to thank Mr. Garrison. He has been on the Planning Commission before, and now he's back, and he's a perfect person to be in this committee, and I want to thank you for giving us your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, go to Past President Salem, please.
Thank you, Chair. Through the chair, welcome, Mr. Garrison. What was your reason for leaving before? Were you term limited or?
I was essentially, I'd served for, and I'm going off memory here, I had served for approximately 4 or 5 years, I believe, and I wanted to try my hand at the Downtown Investment Authority. So I was, moved over to the Downtown Investment Authority for a period of time. And then I believe the administration saw fit to, put some new blood in the system there, if you will, and that's a great thing. And so that's basically what happened there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go to Councilmember Boylan. You recognize?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Josh, thank you for your service. We interacted, as you know, regularly with the Planning Commission and know your commitment to this work. And as evidence of what you just heard, you went from Planning Commission to DIA and now wanting to step forward again. And it's a tribute to the administration to bring you back in a different capacity. So thank you for your service. And look forward, and add me as a co-sponsor, please.
Thank you.
And with no one else on the queue, but, we do have one. Mr. Dennis, you wanted to make a couple comments? Yeah, please do.
Yes, through the chair to the entire council. Mr. Garrison is an example of a nominee that was put forth by a council member, and so the administration is very grateful to past Council President White for bringing Mr. Garrison to us for a seat that was vacant. So just like in earlier neighborhoods where we committed with Councilman Arias that we will work with council members as they go out and help find good people to serve on the various boards. So again, thank you, Councilman White, for bringing Mr. Garrison to us.
Thank you. We'll next go to Councilmember Gay, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To the chair, to Mr. Garrison. I noticed you made a statement saying you are very supportive of property rights. Will you be able to objectively look at zoning matters and take into consideration adjacent property rights?
Yeah, through the chair to Councilmember Gay. Absolutely, sir. There's not always, it shouldn't be a rubber stamp to be on the Planning Commission. It shouldn't be a carte blanche. There are smart developments, and there are developments that should not occur, and there are developments where some sort of compromise needs to be reached. Just because a developer comes in, finds 20 acres that they want to put something on, doesn't mean we can ignore these 9 or 10 contiguous neighbors who have lived there for 30 years, and that's their nest egg, and we have to listen to all of them. And we have to consider them and do the right thing. So not every deal is a good deal, and we have to look out for people of all different, agendas and net worths and so forth.
All right, very good. Thank you for that response.
Thank you for the question. Yes, sir.
I totally support him. Thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to add on that I've known Mr. Garrison for quite some time in a professional capacity, and he's been nothing but top-notch, amazing to work with, and at the federal level, drawn on him a few times for his advice, his professional advice, and always been spot on and very thorough and very even-handed, and so certainly supports you for this position. I thank you for stepping up again. You could make the case that, after the change occurred where you were serving before, you might say, okay, I've done my thing. You're showing you love this city and you want to help it move forward. So again, thank you very much for stepping up and serving in this capacity on the Planning Commission. With that, please open the ballot and record your votes.
Thank you all.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0793. And I failed to mention this earlier, but Mr. Garrison and others, if we'll reach out to the other folks who have already been voted on and let them know that Tuesday night we'll also recognize you in front of the full council, because we want everyone to see the folks who are stepping up to selflessly volunteer and serve our city. So not a requirement, but if you come, we're going to recognize you and the others regardless. So thank you. Okay, with that, I don't see anyone else for a reason to go in another order, so we'll go to the top of our order now. Item number 1, 2024-0627 is being deferred at the request of Councilmember Diamond. Item number 2, 2024-0966 is being deferred at the request of Council President Carrico. Turn the page. Item number 3, 2025-0600. I have a motion second on the Neighborhoods Amendment. Ms. Carriher, could you please explain the amendment?
Yes, through the chair to the committee. The Neighborhoods Amendment approved the technical amendment and the auditor recommended amendment, so we have them both combined here. The amendment includes revising code section 634-107, which is just another section of the code that references this fee, so we can update the fee amount within that code section. We'll include a directive for legislative services to provide the clerk of court a copy of this bill once it's enacted, as they will be the ones who actually implement the fee increase. We'll revise code section 111-390 to update the process for allocating revenue that's deposited into the Driver Education Safety Trust Fund. This code section hasn't been updated in many years, so there's a couple updates that need to take place, so we'll go ahead and get that cleaned up as part of this bill. And lastly, we'll include the effective date of January 1st, 2026 for the fee change. This is based on input we received from the clerk of courts, provides for time for them to update their systems to make sure it's correctly reflected within their system, the fee increase.
Okay, thank you very much. No one in the queue, so all those in favor of the Neighborhoods Amendment signify by saying yes. Those opposed, no. The amendment passes. I have a motion and a second on the bill as amended. No one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your action, you have approved 2025-0600. We've already taken up item 4. We'll move to item 5, 2025-0765. I'll first look for a motion on the amendment. A motion and second on the amendment. No one in the queue. I'll go to Ms. Carriher to explain the amendment, please.
Through the chair to the committee, the amendment will revise code section 350-102B to change the date for the general consolidated government election, that's also known as the second election, from being the 8th Tuesday after the first consolidated government election to the 10th Tuesday after the first consolidated government election.
Okay, thank you. No one in the queue. All those in favor signify by saying yes. All those opposed, no. The amendment passes. We have a motion and second on re-referral as amended. No one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your action, you approved 2025-0765 to be re-referred as amended. Next, we go to item number 6, 2025-0772. We have a motion second on the Neighborhoods Amendment. Ms. Carher, would you please explain the amendment?
Through the chair to the committee, the amendment corrects a spelling error, and it also revises the change to Code Section 154-108B to reference both Parts 8 and 9 of Chapter 250 as they relate to areas of the city that permit sidewalk cafes.
Okay. Thank you. No one in the queue. All those in favor of the neighborhoods amendment, please signify by saying yes. Those opposed, no. The amendment passes. We have a motion and second on the bill as amended. No one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your action, you've approved 2025-0772 as amended. Item number 7, 2025-0775 is deferred at the request of Councilmember Carlucci. Item number 8, 2025-0781 is also deferred at the request of Councilmember Arias, but I do want to bring up, given there are many of these organizations listed here that presented at the neighborhoods meeting this morning, and I know we were all either present or listened to those presentations online. We do have an opportunity. If any of you had any follow-up questions and would like to ask any of these organizations' reps to come forward, we have that opportunity now. Is there anyone who would like to ask any questions? Okay. So with that, as I stated, this has been deferred at the request of Councilmember Arias. We'll move on to item number 9, 2025-0782. This is also being deferred due to noticing requirements, property owner notifications, and as I stated, this is being deferred for that purpose. We've already taken up items 10, 11, and 12, so we'll now move to item number 13, 2025-0794. Okay, we have a motion and second on the neighborhood substitute. All those in favor? Oh, yes, that would be good. How about Ms. Carher explaining the substitute?
Yes, sir. Through the chair to the committee, these are all very technical changes that would also qualify as amendments, but just due to the number of changes, it's cleaner to do a substitute. So I'll run through these pretty quickly. So the substitute will include ferrets within the listing of animals included in the definition of animal dealers. We'll revise the definition of hobby breeder to include breeding for the profit, sale, or trade. We'll clarify the process for submitting applications, some language there, revise the vaccination language to clarify the requirements, reference exemptions allowable under the code and Florida statutes, clarify when health certificates are required, and strike references to animal shelters and rescue groups as those are not subject to this part of the code. We'll add current language from Code Section 462-1008, 462-1010, and Code Section 462-1012. These were all inadvertently omitted when the rewrite was occurring, so we'll just add those in. And we'll revise Part 18, which is the fine and fee schedules of Chapter 462 as needed to reflect the code revisions being done in this legislation. We'll correct some Scrivener's errors and attach revised Exhibits 1 and 2. Those were not filed with this bill, so we'll get those attached.
Thank you, Ms. Carher. I have a question for Michelle. This substitute, this is a voice vote, correct?
To the chair, that's correct. And if it's approved, then the next vote would be to move the bill as substituted.
Okay, thank you very much. Just wanted to check to make sure I had that correct. Okay, no one on the queue, please open the ballot. Excuse me, all those who are in favor, she just explained it. Was I listening? All those in favor of the neighborhoods substitute, please signify by saying yes. All those opposed, no. The substitute passes. We have motion second on the bill as substituted. No one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0794. And I know this is after the vote, but I still want to ask this because obviously there's the overall council vote. But is someone here, Ms. Hartung or Mr. Bricker? I just wanted to ask, just would like everyone to know, did we get pet dealer, those affected by these changes, because there are quite a few changes. Did we get input on this from those various entities that are available so they could give input into the process?
Laura Hartung, Office of General Counsel, to the chair. No, sir.
Okay. What's that? Okay. Thank you for that. Want everybody to understand that. Now, actually, I wish I'd asked that before the vote, but thank you very much. Well, we will, yeah. Do you want to comment on that? Because obviously the natural question, Councilmember Gay, would be about getting those affected, getting their input before the process is completed.
A lot of this is getting clarity to the chair, getting clarity for our code enforcement to be able to apply an even law to and be able to give clear direction. We've got some homes that have 100+ dogs in it, and this is, and they're doing it as a home business, and so this is really kind of cleaning up a lot of the issues like that we're facing in our communities out there.
Okay, thank you for that. I mean, I see a lot of good things there. We haven't seen anyone come and voice their concerns. I haven't received anything, but I just wanted to ask that. And if there is anyone listening, anyone here, or you know anyone, you still have the opportunity to give your input come council night before this is taken up. So I just wanted to put that out there one more time. But I get the items here that are listed here. There are a lot of things here that it seems it tightens up, as was stated, the enforcement. So thank you very much. I appreciate you answering that and clarifying, Councilmember Gay. So let's see, we'll now move on to item number 14, 2025-0795. Looking for a motion on amendment. We have a motion and second on the amendment. Ms. Carher, can you please explain the amendment, item number 14?
Yes, through the chair to the committee. The amendment corrects a bill number that's referenced within the bill. It corrects some numbering of an ordinance code section within the bill. It corrects some language that was inadvertently struck regarding some of the residency requirements for JSUB applicants, and lastly, corrects some Scrivener's errors.
Okay, thank you very much. No one, we do have Councilmember Freeman on the amendment or on the bill? Okay, you're recognized. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to apologize to you all this morning that I did not attend the meeting. That is normally not how I like to operate up here. I thank you all for taking the bill up, and if you have any other questions, I will refer to OGC. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else in the queue, all those in favor of the amendment, please signify by saying yes. All those opposed, no. The amendment passes. I have a motion and second on the bill as amended. No one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your vote.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0795 as amended. Item number 15, 2025-0797. We have a motion second on withdraw. No one in the queue. Please open the ballot and record your vote.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved the withdrawal of 2025-0797, and for the record, that was at the request of Councilmember Arias, who introduced the bill. Item number 16, 2025-0806 is on second reading. Item 17, 2025-0807 is on second reading. Item 18, 2025-0808 is on second reading. Item 19, 2025-0810 is on second reading. Item 20, 2025-0811 is on second reading. Item 21, 2025-0812. We have a motion and second on the emergency. No one in the queue. All those in favor of the emergency, please signify by saying yes. All those opposed, no. The emergency passes. We have a motion and second on the amendment. No one in the queue. All those in favor of the amendment. Excuse me, I'll back up. Ms. Carher, please explain the amendment.
Yes, through the chair to the committee. The amendment just clarifies the dollar amount ranges for audit reports of city grant recipients in order to align them with the federal single audit thresholds.
Thank you. No one in the queue. All those in favor of the amendment signify by saying yes. All those opposed, no. The amendment passes. I have a motion second on the bill as an emergency as amended. We have the introducer, Councilmember Borland. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just very briefly through the chair, Ms. Carher, do you want to mention the second part too about the impact of OMB and the delay? Well, you didn't mention that. I think that's important. That's the impetus for this bill, frankly. But go ahead.
Yes, through the chair to the committee, the nature of the emergency, why this bill has been introduced as an emergency, is because there's been a delay this year in what's called the compliance supplement, which is guidance that's issued by the federal government every year for auditees that must submit a single audit to the federal government. That's if you receive $1 million or more in federal funding. Typically, that's released every year, May, June timeframe. This year, it's late. It hasn't been released yet, which is preventing city grant recipients who are required to provide an audit to the city, they're not able to issue their audit yet. They're awaiting that guidance. So this allows for an extension in the time they normally would have to provide their audit so that they can wait, get that guidance, and have their audit performed.
Thank you. I believe I was already added as a co-sponsor. This makes good sense to me. And no one else in the queue, please open your ballot and record your vote.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0812 as an emergency as amended. Moving to item 22, 2025-0813 is on second reading. Item 23, 2025-0815 is also on second reading, as are items 24, 2025-0816, second reading, item 25, 2025-0817, second reading, and item 26, 2025-0820 is on second reading. Is there anything else for the committee? Yes, please, past President Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I did not want to call any group up in particular and ask questions without first seeing the presentation. I didn't get a chance to see them this morning. I asked if they didn't have it since you guys had already been through it all, and they hadn't been downloaded yet. So I would have liked to have seen it first before calling them up. I see most of them have left here. There is a group that has still stayed here and would love to at least take a minute and honor their discipline and their dedication to staying throughout the meeting. I believe they're with the coalition, and Mr. Danny Van Sickle, and you guys probably heard from him this morning as well. So I just wanted to acknowledge that they did stick around, and I do appreciate that. And that would have been some of the lines of the questions that I would have asked. But not directed towards them, but it would have been directed towards some of the other groups. But
okay.
I didn't hear their presentation. I know theirs. I didn't hear the other ones, so I'm going to watch the video.
Okay, great. But I knew you listened in, and so for me, when they said they weren't going to give the presentations again, I thought we were in an okay place. But thank you all for showing up and for your And I did want to make one more comment. There was a comment made in neighborhoods. I think it is important. The men and women and the programs that these gentlemen here represent, I think it's important that they be part of the discussion and part of the consideration. So thank you all for showing up, and appreciate y'all and appreciate everyone in the committee. If there's nothing else, this concludes our meeting.